Hello and welcome to Beyond the Fourth Wall, a audio look at the visual arts in Denton, Texas, the home of happiness. I'm your host, Damon Wadico, and next to me is once again the director of the campus theater, Mike Barrow, the best dressed man in Denton.
Hello, Damon.
How you doing?
Happy Wednesday.
Yes. Always look forward to this
Our
day.
regular time.
It's our date. It's
right.
our mandate.
That's right.
So how's your week been? Hadn't seen you in about a week.
It's been a great week.
Yeah?
It's been a really good week. We had a great opening of a show last week.
Sure was.
Which we're going to talk about as we
yeah.
go on tonight. And lots of good things happening. We've we're in the height of our membership drive and season ticket drive for Denton Community Theater.
How's that going?
It's going great. It's always an exciting time.
Certainly is. Well, things going on in and about town. Of course, here at the campus theater, every Tuesday at 7 o'clock is PROD, or Play Readers of Denton. And on the third Tuesday, it's Play Writers of Denton. And that will be, the Play Writers will be October 15th, and we need a lot of folks to come. There's going to be an original play read. Apparently a lot of characters, and they want as many folks out there as possible. And also the Greater Denton Arts Council, which I believe you are a member of.
I am.
They have an exhibit at the CVA called No End of Vision, Texas is Seen by Two Laureates, and it's a collaborative exhibition by Carla K. Morton and Alan Birkelbach, hope I'm pronouncing that right, and that features, it's a collaboration. It features Carla Morton's black and white photography combined with the poetry of Alan Birkelbach. And I have not seen this, but Johnny...
I think you actually have that reversed, I think. It's Carla's our Texas Poet Laureate. And so you might have gotten some misinformation there, but...
Actually, she is also, you're right, you are absolutely right. She is also a poet, but I believe the photos are by her.
I stand corrected, I'm sorry.
The other guy is also a poet as well. But boy, I have not seen the exhibit yet. I could be wrong.
Do I feel foolish now as a member of the Greater Denton Arts Council?
The Center of Visual Arts is located at 400 East Hickory Street, and for any additional information, I'm sure you can Google the CVA or the Denton Arts Council and find it like that. The other big news is we are now on podcast. So if you cannot hear the show for whatever reason live on Wednesday, you can now log on and listen to it whenever you want.
And so tell your friends that, because we know if you're hearing that, you're hearing it live. So
exactly. But of course, always listen to DentonRadio.com when you get the chance for the best local music and other fine programming. So, and then of course, the other big event going on is August Osage County here at the campus theater. And like you said, last weekend was our opening weekend. Public response has been very positive. I mean, I worked as a house manager last weekend, and people coming out were saying they hadn't laughed and cried so much in a show. Everybody really that sees the show seems to really be liking it. So the performances remaining are September 26th, which is tomorrow, Thursday, and there's a special deal on Thursday.
There is. Thursday is the second Thursday of every show that we do, of every production we do now, is what we call bargain night, and all of the tickets are half price.
Oh, I like bargain night. I like a bargain.
It's catching on. We're getting bigger and bigger audiences every time we do a Thursday performance. So.
That's great, especially for folks who might be like me, poor.
You bet.
So,
you bet.
But again, I want to stress, not really a show for the family. Leave the precious little ones at home with a stranger. It's character building.
It is.
So,
it is. There's some heavy language in this production, as well as some very heavy subject matter. but it's certainly something that you don't want to shy away from. It's a beautiful, beautiful show.
So it'll be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7:30, and then Sunday, September 29th at 2 o'clock.
That's correct.
And today our guest is Mildred Peveto, the director of this show. And we've already had the producer, Betty K. Sight, and now we've had Mike Strucker, the set designer for the show. And finally we get Mildred Peveto, the director. Hello.
Hello.
And how are you this evening?
I'm doing well. Actually, at this very moment, my cast is downstairs at the campus theater. They're doing a line rehearsal pickup because we do start again tomorrow night. And the cast is an extremely dedicated group of people, and they just wanted to come in early and make sure that tonight they can secure anything that's necessary prior to that audience tomorrow night.
That's fantastic. And so have you been happy with how the show's been going?
I wish that more people knew about it. It is a Tony Award winner, it's a Pulitzer Prize winner, and it's an incredible script.
Well, we have millions of listeners, so hopefully this will help you out. But again, it's a great show. When this show first came out, the New York Times called it the best, the most exciting new American play Broadway has seen in years.
Exactly.
And it is flat out and without qualifications the most exciting new American play, fiercely funny and bitingly sad.
You read the same reviews.
Yeah, of course. That's what Google's for.
You do it.
So you are, I guess, tell me if this would be fair, a selective director. You direct, but you don't direct a lot. You don't direct every season.
No, I used to direct every season, but in 2004 or 2005, if Mike can help me remember, we did some restructuring of our children's theater. And since I have an educational theater background, I was asked by the board to become the education director for our children's program, and so I've been very, very busy since that time. I have directed a couple of shows, but I just try to give my all to the kids. And then also, 4 years ago, we opened the Point Bank Black Box Theater.
Oh, you said that great.
Thank you.
I cannot say that.
Thank you very much. The Point Bank Black Box Theater. And at that time, Mike asked me if I would be interested in also managing that venue because that's where the theater school is housed. And so I'm there anyway. So consequently, my job kind of doubled. And I did not direct as much.
Right.
But when I read the season for DCT this year, I could not apply. I mean, I couldn't stop myself from applying, I should say, because the show is just incredibly challenging. And as the reviewer says, it's probably the best play written in a decade or more for the great American theater. It's just phenomenal.
Well, I have not. I'm going this weekend to see your production of it, but I have seen the show, the tour, and I cannot agree more. I mean,
it's spellbinding.
It is.
It's
a powerful,
absolutely spellbound. You don't even realize the show runs 3.5 hours. It's not a musical, but it runs 3.5 hours, and it moves so quickly. It moves so very quickly, and
it definitely does not feel like that length of time.
no, not
sure.
at all. If the tempo's right, which the cast has done a great job with.
Fantastic. Was there something other than the fact that it is just so great, but is there something personal about the show that really made you want to do it, or just the fact that you just loved the show?
Personal? No, I love directing.
Right.
And I've missed it since I've been involved with my other
Sure.
activities here at DCT. I miss it tremendously because in the children's theater program, my job is to find directors and teachers. I'm not the one that absolutely teaches or directs. We have people who come in and take care of that. I just take care of writing the curriculum and making sure everyone's on track and doing the marketing and things of that nature. But the time does not allow for me to absolutely direct the shows. But like I said, when the season came out, I said, I got to do it. I've got to do it.
This one.
And then I also saw the New York production, and it spoke to me. It absolutely spoke to me. The passion, I couldn't resist. Could not resist.
I can certainly understand that. It really is a powerful piece.
And I was so lucky that I was accepted. I mean, the rumor is, and I probably shouldn't talk out of school, but the rumor was that this was probably one of the shows of the season that a lot of people wanted to direct. And I'm so excited over the fact that I was selected to direct it. And I think we've done a great job. I think we've brought the essence of the entire script to the stage.
Well, like I said, people seem to really like it.
You know, I saw the show Saturday night and was so impressed, Mildred. I thought it was just a beautiful show. I get the opportunity to speak to a lot of the patrons during intermission about the show. And I had a wonderful comment Saturday night from some folks that were visiting us from another city.
Wow.
And I'm not going to say the name of the city, but it was a large city.
You can say the name of the city.
It was Midland. It was
Okay.
Midland. And
West
Midland,
Texas.
Midland is really known for their community
Oh,
theater, and
they have a great program there.
But this gentleman said to me, he just was in awe, and he said, you know, we won't get to see this in Midland. They won't take this chance. They won't let us see this kind of a show in Midland. And he said, it is so refreshing and just such a thrill to see this done by a community theater. And I wanted to get you, having seen it on
But we are
Broadway.
cutting edge here in Dayton.
Well,
we certainly have proven to be over the years, and I think this is a great example of it.
Well, I have to admit that the fact that it was edgy, I wanted to do it. I really wanted to do it. And it goes against everything in my background. I mean,
I'm sure children's theater is challenging, but this gives you a little something adult.
I'm not a person to use the language that we hear, and the dysfunction that's not in my background. But I just the meatiness of the script, the dialogue, the writing, the characterizations, the development.
Speaking of the writing,
and the edge.
Yeah, speaking of the writing, Tracy Letts. This was his big breakout play.
Oh, he's done so many good things.
But he's done. I was going to say,
so
are
many
you
good
familiar
things.
with either like Bug, which I think would make a great black box show, by the way.
Exactly.
It's really
Exactly.
intense. Or Killer Joe, which I have not read and I'm not that familiar with,
one
but I
either.
know it's about a guy in Texas that kills people.
Yeah. But Bug would be perfect for the black box.
But this show was a Pulitzer Prize winner.
Exactly.
And
Tony Award winner.
And Tony Award winning as well. And really, I think, cemented his name, in American theater. He has since done a play, Superior Donuts, which I don't know.
I haven't read that.
I haven't either, but I want
But
to.
you do know that just this past Tony season, he won Best Actor for the revival of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. He is a man of theater. He's not just a writer. He is an actor, director, writer. He does it all. And he, thank goodness, everyone's finally realized that Tracy Letts has it. I mean, he's just incredible. I mean, everybody out there needs to read his plays. And if you have a chance to go to New York, go see him, because he's frequently on the Broadway stage, frequently.
Wow. That's something to keep in mind for the next New York trip.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I'm always popping over there for a show.
You and me both.
Now, a few weeks ago, I was at the movies and I saw a coming attraction for the film of this movie. Have you seen that?
No,
coming
I
attraction?
stay away from that when I direct. That's happened previously. I directed our TNT competition show of Doubt, and interestingly
And the
enough, the
movie had-
same thing was happening.
And who
we won.
played the well? No,
I'm sorry.
Who played the lead in the movie?
Janine Abney.
I mean,
I'm
in
sorry,
the
Meryl
movie.
Streep.
And who's playing the lead in
Janine Abney was Sister Aloysius in Doubt, and Meryl Streep was Sister. And now Janine's back on stage with this show, and she's playing Violet. And so
and Meryl Streep is also
and
playing
Meryl
in the movie
Streep,
of this show. Wow.
It's kind of interesting. And no, I didn't know any of that was going to happen.
I think we should let Meryl Streep know that.
I think so too. Hey, I've seen her up close and personal, and probably she would, if she knew it, she would send us a good show note. I'm serious. She's a great lady.
I guess my other question, and do you think that a film coming out and the previews being out there now ultimately will help the show as far
I
as
hope so.
attendance, or have no effect? You think?
I hope so.
I do too.
Yeah,
think
I really do.
And folks out there listening, please see the play before the movie, because
It's
the
different.
play is always better.
Yes.
A live theatrical
Always.
performance is always going to be better.
Well, the script is totally, they always rewrite.
They revamp.
You know, they
and
have to
rechange.
because they are on location
Sure.
and they have so much more that they can do with the script. And so, you know, it's not.
And they
I'm
always
sure
have
Tracy
extra
Letts had
exposition.
his hand in it. I don't know for sure. I haven't read about that, but there's always a rewrite for film.
And will you see the movie?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Meryl Streep, excuse me. She
Right.
is the great American actress of the last century, practically. Helen Hayes is no longer with us, so we have Meryl Streep.
Of course. Besides doing just straight plays and comedies, you've also directed some musicals.
Oh
Have you
yeah,
not?
I
Yes.
love musicals.
You do?
Yes, I do. Well, you know, I have a musical background as well.
I did not know that.
Yes, high school and college all the way.
Huh?
I used to sing. I was in the band and orchestra, all these things. But no, my mother was extremely involved in music. And so musicals are another thing that I love to do. In fact, that's how I came to DCT.
How's that?
You didn't know. Oh, you know the story.
I don't know the whole.
No, I had retired. And after sleeping for about 2 years, I got bored. And my friend Karen Gossett and Janine Abdi said, come to Denton Community Theater and direct shows. I went, oh, no, I don't want to do community theater. And I know you know this story, Damon, because
some of this story.
your brother,
Yes. This
your
is the
brother,
story I was
this is
waiting
the
to hear.
story, okay. Damon at one time was at Newman Smith where I taught, and his brother was in my program. And so Darren came to see Damon and Harvey.
Yes, that was my first show here.
Yes, and so
1995, I
Darren said, "Come with me to see Damon. We've got to go to Denton." And I went, "Oh, okay." So we came up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we came up and saw Harvey to see you, and I
my
walked
first
into this.
show.
I
Ugh.
walked into this theater and went, "Oh my God, I am absolutely in love with this place."
I saw her eyes light up.
I did. I mean, it was just like, this is not any ordinary community theater space. This is wonderful. And so I told Karen, I said, well, maybe I'll think about it, you know. And I came up and talked to the executive director, and they were wanting me to direct Guys and Dolls. And that was my first show here.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And Dave Harper, who is in this show, he plays Charlie, was actually the lead in that show. In fact, the cast is full of people. That's another thing that's been so incredible, is because the cast is full of people that I've worked with before, and they are some of the great veterans of DCT. We do have some newbies, some
Right.
new faces. But, I mean, Fred Cassell, Steve Hyman, Janine Abdi, Dina Dunn, Connie Lane, John Everett. We can go on and on. This cast of 13 are incredible.
No,
And-
you really have the cream of the crop. I was going to say
I
that.
do. I have the creme de la creme.
But I want to go back to the other story.
Oh, I'm
real quick
sorry,
and say,
I'm sorry.
I do take a certain amount of pride in telling people that I had a hand in bringing you here, just so you know.
Do you really?
I've mentioned that to you before, haven't
You
I?
have. you
Oh
have.
my God!
Yes.
And I call him what?
Yeah, what do you call me again?
I call you Demon.
She does. She calls
Not
me
Damon.
Yeah. We call
And,
you
But
and
Damon.
that's
let's
sweet.
expound on that story there.
Okay, Demon. Oh my word!
I think it's a comparison to my brother, who's
Yes.
just an angel.
Yes, Darren is an angel. Yes, and we still communicate.
I have one
Darren.
of those too, Damon.
Yeah.
You probably communicate with him more than I do, actually. I
Well,
have not
when he
heard
was in
from him.
Japan, I got text almost every day.
Wow, that's certainly more than I got.
Darren Wadico is a producer.
Yeah, he's quite the big
He's quite the bigwig. Yes.
We're all very proud of him. He's Mom's favorite.
And why not? No.
Going back to Newman Smith, I enrolled in one of your classes very briefly, but I did not stay. Not because of you or anything like that, but because I kind of got swayed into getting into a musical program. I was more into music at that time. But, so you did not really know me at Newman Smith, although, of course, I knew you. Everyone knew you at Newman Smith. This would have been
Let's
back in
not
the
bring
80s.
up those things.
Well, that was my question. You're retired now from
Yes.
that.
Well, I can't say I'm retired. Black Box and Theater
Oh,
School
no,
is
no,
pretty
no.
full.
You're still involved in education, but I mean, as
Yes.
far as the
Yes, I'm a
public,
retired educator.
you are, and I was
Yes.
just wondering, do you miss that sometimes? Or
I
no?
miss the kids.
Sure.
I miss watching them come in as freshmen and going out as seniors. And I, when I taught, could see that result. You know, so many teachers don't get to see result. You know, the English teachers, the history teachers, the science teachers, they don't see the result.
Oh, that's, I never
You know,
thought of
but
it that way.
but in theater, they come in as a freshman, and we're training their talents. And I see them in 4 years, and they walk out with such. Oh, what can I say? They walk out with theater. They walk out with the passion,
Right.
and they. Luckily, so many of them go into some area of the industry. I've been very lucky about that.
I know that you've had
know.
some students who have moved on to other
Right.
projects, who have appeared in films.
Right,
and,
films and Broadway, and I think one of the greatest compliments though is that so many of them are teachers.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really great to see them teach.
so you're still in touch with a number?
Yes, but I don't do Facebook.
No, I do not. I don't either.
I don't do Facebook, but no, I hear from them. Yeah, even the ones from way back in Arlington, Sam Houston.
And so now,
As a matter of fact, can I inject this? I'm
You
sorry.
please do.
Michelle Rose, who plays Maddie Faye in the show.
Yes.
I taught her at Newman Smith,
Yes.
and she has been in 2 of the shows I've directed here.
Well, after Harvey, I did not act again for a while. Mm-hmm. But then the second show I did here was Streetcar Named Desire.
Ah, with Dr. Culp.
Dr. Cole.
And I was his
you were
associate, right.
Associate director, and Michelle
Rose,
was
yes.
my wife in that show.
Exactly.
And it's always fun to see to work with the same people over and over. I
Right.
really do like that. I mean, we love the new faces, but whenever you're in a show with people you've worked with before, it's almost like a little family reunion.
Oh yeah,
It's
exactly.
really
Well,
nice.
well, because you've established such a rapport, and you know how everybody works. You know what they need. You know how to approach them in reference to the direction and to the characterization. You know their method. You know, not everybody's a method actress like Janine, but you know how they work, and so you work accordingly.
As a director, do you have that? And again, a selective director, because of your schedule, you have to pick and choose carefully. Do you have sort of a play that you're just burning to do, a dream project that maybe you have not done yet?
Well, this season kind of made me mad because
I'm sorry.
because I would love to direct You're in Town. I would
Oh, it's a
love to
great
direct
show.
Dixie Swim Club, and they're all in the same season.
We do have a good season.
Oh, this is a
year.
wonderful season. Those of you who have not seen our season and not purchased the season, this is I think the best we've done in years. This is a phenomenal season. Every single show.
I think we have a really.
I mean,
an
we've even
interesting
got
mix.
that. We've even got the silly farce. You know,
Who's in bed with the butler?
who's in bed? Is
Oh.
it bed or where's the
who's sleeping
butler?
with the-
Mike,
oh,
what's the
boy.
name of it? I can't get-
Who's in bed with the butler?
Okay,
That's right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Not
yeah,
for children.
Probably not.
That's the sad thing about this season is I try to encourage the theater school kids to come and see shows.
Well, we do have some wonderful opportunities for kids.
Oh yeah,
this
we
year.
do for kids. We do because of the Christmas show, Miracle on 34th Street, and and Dixie Swim Club, I think.
Speaking of Christmas shows,
Oh, here
if
we
I,
go.
if I might,
Please.
tell us a little bit about the project that you have going on coming
With
up for
theater
the
school?
kids for theater school.
We are having a night of festivity. I'm calling it a kids' Christmas at the Point Blank Black Box Theater, and Karen Gossett's going to be directing the show that we're going to do. But it's going to be an experiment, an experience, I should say, because it's going to start about 6:30, and we're going to have Santa Claus there for the kids. You can take pictures. Sit on his lap, tell him what you want for Christmas, and then we're going to have carolers that are going to be going around and leading the people from Santa Claus into the theater. Then we'll have a show, and we're going to end it up with a sing-along with all the audience. And we're going to do The Littlest Angel, which is just
I'm familiar with that
yes.
story. I love that
Everybody
story.
loves that story. So
Yeah.
we're doing The Littlest Angel, and that will be the show, the actual play. But that's going to be just part of the experience. We want them to come in and it just be a kid's Christmas at the Black Box.
Magical.
A magical, yes. And we even have our Santa Claus already. Mike Barrell was asked first. But
I think we have the real Santa Claus.
yes, we do. We have the real Santa Claus coming.
I know
Yes.
Julie Brinker's listening, and she still believes.
Yes.
Well, I would really like to see you in that Santa Claus outfit, actually.
But we have a veteran
the
Santa
best
Claus
dressed
coming
Santa
in.
Claus.
I mean, he's a real Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So if you pull his beard, it stays on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Should I say who he is? No.
It's Santa Claus.
It's Santa Claus. It's Santa Claus, for sure. But it's going to be a fun night. Not just a show, but a fun night. Evening, I should say.
Right.
From
right.
beginning to end, you'll probably have about 2 hours of Christmas festive fun.
And who doesn't like festive
Fun.
family fun? Festive family
Festive
fun.
family fun.
My
Okay, let's
favorite.
all say that together.
Festive family fun
Festive,
is
festive
family
family
fun.
fun.
is my favorite.
Absolutely.
Alliteration.
Okay, well, that was an interesting way of sort of evading my question. Do you have a play?
Did I evade? I'm sorry.
No, we got off on a little tangent.
I do that.
And that's okay.
I'm sorry.
The
My mind
Dream
switches.
Project, the one play
The Dream
you would
Project.
love to do.
Oh.
If there's not one, that's
Actually,
fair.
you know, Damon, I've done a lot of my dream projects.
Right.
I really have.
Okay.
Okay. Marat Saad was one that I just persecution, assassination, or Jean Paul Marat, as performed by the inmates. You know the rest of the title. And
long.
I did that in high school,
Uh-huh.
and we went to UIL State and had a great time. And Guys and Dolls, I loved, and I got to do it again. Mad Woman of Chaillot, audiences don't know Mad Woman, but that's a phenomenal show that I've done before. Like I said, since I was the person who selected the shows in high school,
Yeah.
I
That's power.
That's power. and they met the challenge.
Okay.
They met the challenges.
So most of your dream projects, you've
They're
been
not over
fortunate
yet.
enough to-
I'm not that
saying,
old.
I'm not saying you won't have dreams in the future, but you don't have
Exactly.
anything percolating in the back of your head right at this
Well,
moment.
August Osage County is,
I know it's one of them.
is percolating and is continuing. But I wish I had an answer to that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fair. That's
I could
fair.
start listing plays, but may I
Favorite-
choose the season next year?
Well, we're always open to suggestions.
Oh, yeah, you're on that committee.
I am on the committee.
Oh, my word. Okay, we'll talk later.
Somebody has to do it.
And I hear the music. This has really gone by quick.
Oh, August Osage County, come.
Yes, everyone, please do come.
And Kids Christmas at the Point Blank Black Box Theater, come.
And we will talk about that more also as the time gets closer.
Okay.
And
Let's talk about theater school one night.
we will. Mildred Peveto, thank you for being here.
You're
It was a
welcome.
pleasure. And say goodnight, Mike.
Good night, Mike.
Oh, I love him. And,
Don't we all?
Once again, please tune into DentonRadio.com. Look for the podcast on iTunes and I believe on the DentonRadio.com website. And special thanks to our engineer, Jake Laughlin.
Yeah,
and,
Jake.
Our email address, again, is fourthwallradio@hotmail.com. Write in any suggestions, etc. And see you next week, folks.
Support the campus theater. Get your Beaujolais tickets now.
Go, Mike.